Hi, my name is Greg Alexander and I'm an account manager at Morago. In this video I'm going to show you how to create a new text campaign with CPC bidding. We can create a new campaign by selecting the New Campaign button just here. This opens up a 5-step wizard. In step 1 we choose the networks that we want the campaign to belong to. If you're interested in learning about networks and network groups more generally, please refer to our videos on System Network Management. So choose the network or networks that you want the campaign to belong. I'll choose the text network. Now we add a description. This is the name of the campaign. Give your campaign a distinctive name so you can identify it. Once we've chosen the network we want, and we've given it a name, we're given the option to add a bid price. This is the amount that an advertiser is willing to pay for every click. The pricing options that we see, CPC or CPM, are entirely dependent on the pricing models of the networks chosen. If a value is added here, it becomes the default value of all bids in the campaign. Bids can be altered individually later, but for now, as a standard, all clicks will cost a minimum of what we set here. This is an optional field. If you want to use default network or system prices or add a price for clicks at bid level, you can leave this blank. Below this is the start and end date. This is used to control when the campaign begins and ends. If you want the campaign to run for a particular period of time. The default start time is always set to today at midnight, meaning that it will go online right away once it's been activated. If we want the campaign to start at a later time, we select the calendar symbol here and then choose the date we want. I'll set this campaign to begin tomorrow. Next is the end date. This is the date and time when the campaign goes offline. If you do not add anything here, the campaign will continue to spend until it is halted or its funds run out. As I do not have an end date for this campaign, I'll leave it blank. Next, we set the keyword match basis. The campaign keyword match basis is decided during the campaign creation process, but can be changed later. The campaign will inherit the default match basis set at system level if the user doesn't change this option. Keyword match basis tells the system how to behave when a user performs a keyword search. With exact match, adverts will be selected if the user searches for the keyword exactly as it is entered. For example, if the keyword is car insurance, the advert will only show if car insurance is entered as a search term. If motor insurance or cheap car insurance is searched for, the advert will not show. If you select phrase match, the advert will only show if all elements of a keyword are searched for in the order they appear. For example, I am looking for car insurance will result in the advert displaying, whilst car and home insurance won't. Broad match is the most generalized of the search options and enables the most ad exposure. The advert will show in the two circumstances described before, but also when the words in the keyword are entered but not in the original order. For example, I am looking for car insurance will also render the ad. I shall select phrase match. Everything is the way I want it, so now I'm going to click the next button and move on to stage 2. Stage 2 is targeting, and we can use this to restrict activity to a number of different parameters. For example, if we wanted this campaign to only show adverts to publishers in specific countries or to users viewing from a certain browser. There is also an option at the bottom to select frequency capping. This allows advertisers to restrict the number of times a single user can either see or click on an advert in a day. This and all other targeting options will be covered in greater detail in another video. Before we move on, it's important to note that at this time in the process, you can actually select the Submit button to create the campaign with minimal details set. This is helpful if you just want to create the campaign as a sort of placeholder now and then complete the rest of the setup at a later time. This prevents you from having to go all the way through the process if you just want to get something set up quickly for the meantime. For now, I will not select any targeting options and we can move on to step 3. Step 3 is where we set the ad group details. An ad group is a container for a series of keywords and copy sets. They do not do anything in themselves, they simply allow users to group together selections of bids and copy sets for easier management. The first field is ad group name. This is the name that you use to distinguish from one ad group and another. Once this is entered, we'll choose the selection type. The options available are dependent on the networks that we have assigned the campaign to. At the moment, this campaign is in a network that allows us to create keyword, sector, run-of-network, retargeting, and beacon ad groups. In order to demonstrate each of these, I'll select them individually and then move on to step 4 so we can see how each of the selections differ. The first option here is keyword. Keywords are a series of words or phrases that a user searches for in order to generate adverts. Let's see how that looks in step 4. In this first box, we can enter a list of keywords or phrases that we want our adverts to appear against. Please note that you should only enter one keyword per line, and there's a limit to how long a keyword can be. In this case, the limit is 80 characters. The next field is the URL suffix. This is used if you want to add some deep links to the site to send your users to a more relevant deep link landing page. The suffix must be submitted without the main URL. Let's jump back now and have a look at the next option, which is sectors. Sectors are a series of topic-based channels that advertisers can select. The idea being that a publisher will tag site pages with these same channels in order that adverts relevant to page content are shown. As before, you can also add a URL suffix for ad-specific landing pages. Okay, let's go back and select the next option, which is run-of-network. Run-of-network targeting is used as a means of filling residual advertising spaces. Run-of-network ads are usually shown after all other ads or where there is unused ad inventory. As run-of-network is used to fill residual space, there are no bids to select. Now that I've clicked Next, you'll see that we're given a message telling us that we do not need to make a selection on this step and can move on to the next one. I'll go back again and this time choose Retargeting. Retargeting allows advertisers to directly target individual users. User retargeting occurs when a user has visited a web page or has performed some action of interest and is then shown further relevant adverts. Retargeting utilizes the M3 advertising platform's profile system that anonymously maintains information about users. There are no options to select at this level after retargeting has been selected, so we'll go back and select the next option, which is beacons. Beacon targeting is a behavioral advertising tool for targeting individual adverts or groups of adverts. The beacons used must be common to all users and all publishers. In order for adverts to be able to use beacons, the network must have beacons predefined. In this example, there are 5 beacons. If I select one, the advertiser will have their adverts automatically displayed on pages tagged by publishers with that particular beacon. Moving on now to step 5, this is where the first copy set of the campaign can be created. Subsequent copy sets can be added once this initial campaign has been added. The media type, again, is dependent on the network chosen in step 1. So in this example, the only text media type is attributed to text network. Text ads often have accompanying logos which can be displayed next to the text. The media size in the next drop-down refers to the size of the logo that must be uploaded for the text ad. Next, we need to choose our advert type. This determines whether the advert is created and stored in the M3 system, or whether the advert is called from a third-party source via HTML tags or a URL. In this case, I'll create the ad in the M3 system and select the specified text here. Next, give the copy record a name so it's easy to identify. Now we'll complete the text for the ad itself. Firstly, the ad title, and then summary text, and then we'll add a click-through URL. This is the URL that you want to direct users to once they have clicked the advert. You're also able to add a display URL here, which will appear in the ad itself instead of the actual URL. The last 2 fields are optional: target by user language and tracking pixel. Target by user language gives us the option to target the advert that we're creating to specific browser languages. I'll leave this as any. The last field is tracking pixel, and this is the space where you can add any tracking URLs, should you have any you want to apply to the advert. Now we can add some media to this advert. For this ad, the logo will be the one that appears alongside the text we've just entered. The allowed image sizes for the network are shown below here. Select Add Files and choose the image that you want to add, and then click the Start to Upload button. The media file is then uploaded and associated with the new copy. For more information on media and how it works, please refer to our media video. Now all the various elements of the campaign have been chosen and an advert set up, we can click the Submit button to save and create the campaign. If reviewing is enabled on your platform, you'll need to approve it before it can go live. That's largely how text CPC campaign creation works. If you have any questions about it or are not sure about anything, please consider having a look at some of our other videos or contact your account manager, and I'm sure they'll be very happy to help.